Draft season is finally here. It's here. If your team's not in the playoff and you're watching this video, you're probably watching it because you want information on said player and you probably need a weapon. How many teams do need a weapon? I'm a Cowboys fan. The Cowboys need as many weapons as they can get. We need defense, we need a lot of things, but we need weapons. I'm here to tell you, when I finish with this video, when I finish with this draft profile, and we get done talking about Savion Williams and the freak that he is, you guys may be sold. I think that you probably will be sold. Let's talk about Savion Williams, receiver, weapon, just a football playing guy. Let's go. Let's do it right now. This video is brought to you guys by BetUS. BetUS has all your betting needs, and they've added a lot of cool things to their page, okay? They have an online virtual casino. If you sign up right now, you get a 250% crypto bonus, and you can also win up to $5,000 using that casino. They also will be locked in for the playoffs, the great wild card weekend, the NCAA playoffs, which has been outstanding. It's been cool, like seeing some of these games, Cam Scatterbo, some of these legends being born. Drew Aller, he's on a boat right now, and then he's supposed to be playing a game, and that's, you know, all this stuff that's going on. BetUS has that, but then they have NBA. NBA is heating up. I watched the NBA game last night. I watched the Cavs and OKC. So that was anything that you could possibly bet on sports-wise. BetUS has it. Make sure that you guys bet responsibly. Make sure that you guys bet smart. Thank you so much, BetUS, for sponsoring this channel. All right, without further ado, let's do a deep dive on Savion Williams. When you talk about the 6'4", 225-pound Savion Williams, I got to be honest, there are going to be questions. Not about his ability, about his production. So let's get it out the way right now. Why doesn't Savion Williams have the production of some of the other high-end receivers? Even a Luther Burden, who last year, you know, was over 1,600 yards. Why doesn't he have 1,600 yards total throughout his whole career? I got to tell you, some of these offensive coordinators, and combing through his film, it's very obvious that they use this guy for winning purposes only. He was the best athlete on the film. So before I get to his weaknesses or his strengths, I want to talk to you guys about why I believe Savion Williams is special and why the offensive coordinator used him in that way. You're going to hear Laviska Shenault, run after the catch guy, yak guy. You're going to hear Cordero Patterson, run after the catch guy, punt returner, running back, all those things. Guess what? Laviska Shenault, 6'1". Cordero Patterson, 6'2". Savion Williams, 6'4", 6'5", 225. Bruce Feldman, he was number 47 on Bruce Feldman's freaks list. Here go the numbers, guys. 225, all right. Bench pressed, 355. Power clean, 350. Clock, 22 miles. That was the fastest that he's clocked. He's a 40-inch vertical guy. He can jump out the gym, and it shows up on tape. Again, he is light years better athletes than both of those guys. You're going to hear Deebo Samuel use him in that way. I got to be honest, when he runs his 40 at 6'4", 225, you'll be saying that he's a better athlete than Deebo Samuel. And it's interesting to me that TCU used him in his way, because when I watched him on film, I'm watching the Oklahoma State game, and I'm watching him just run quick game, and I'm watching him run a slant. He has receiver chops, but he's so imposing, and he's so quick, and he's so dynamic after the catch that you could give him a direct snap. Like, there were times where they're just constantly lining him up in the backfield as a wildcat quarterback. And if you want to win the TCU game, that's what you do. It's not TCU's job to get him to the NFL, so they're not going to, you know, display him in that way. And that's really what I saw on film. So let's get to some of his strengths. His strengths on film, I actually saw a plus decent route runner and separator. They just didn't ask him to do it enough. I saw a guy with great hands. I saw a guy with great body control. When he ran that slant on the goal line, it's like he was able to stem, set the player up, and because he has that big frame, that's all he needs. He has that Anquan Bolden frame. The quarterback just needs to put it on him. By the way, watching TCU's quarterback play was hard, but that's for another conversation. Okay, so you saw that. I also saw him run a big dig comeback, and I'll put that on the screen. Like, those are the certain things that you see on film, and you say, in the right scheme, he can do receiver things. But when you get him the ball quick, he's special. Now, some of the weaknesses and some of his non-superpowers. So if strength, run after the catch are his superpowers, some of the non-superpowers is He just doesn't have a developed route tree because they didn't ask him to do it a lot. So if there's a weakness, I would say he just needs more experience running routes. But when he goes to the combine, you draft this type of athlete in the second round, because if you pass on this guy and he becomes something, you're getting fired as the GM. When I look at a guy like Savion Williams for the Dallas Cowboys, I look at a guy that has the ability to take the top off the defense because of how fast he is. You can't say that he didn't do it in college. He can't do it in the game. I mean, he can't do it in the NFL because he wasn't asked to do it in college. He was asked to run around with the ball, play it quarterback, play running. They handed this guy the ball and pistol. That's what he was asked to do in college. But because he wasn't asked to do that in college doesn't mean that he can't do it in the NFL. When you see this guy's traits, there's not going to be a GM that doesn't say, man, we get him in our scheme, our system. He can do this. Again, 6'4", 225, Bruce Feldman freak list. If you guys have watched Savion Williams, you guys tell me what you think about him, because I see a guy that I have around 2-3 grade on him, and that probably won't change. And I'm probably higher on him than most, but the athletic traits are special. What do you guys think about Savion Williams? Again, route running can stand to improve, but the hands, the finish, and the run after the catch, first round graded. Like, if it's just route running, we got to be able to coach that and get past that part of it. What do you guys think about Savion Williams? Also, I want to give you guys a great shout out for continuing to watch my mock draft. It has 11,000 views. Guys, thank you so much. More player rankings, more lists. I finished my top 50. What do you guys think about Savion Williams throughout this draft cycle? Because I got to tell you, this guy is special. And in the right scheme, he can be a day one contributor in the NFL. All right, it's your boy, Fitz the King, as always. Thank you guys for liking, sharing, subscribing. Thank you, BetUS, for sponsoring this channel. Peace. I love you all.